This Niners secondary did not play well against Washington. Didn't play well against Kansas City. Pretty much has played well the rest of the season. But as I pointed out, the Niners really haven't played great teams yet this year except for that one. Are you concerned at all about the secondary?
This is much more of an Iggy question than a Lowell question.
Fair enough.
But I would say in the overall context of that defense, no, I'm not concerned. What about you?
Well, why not? Because of the front seven, because of the pass rush, the run defense, all of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And if Travarius Ward can play,
yeah,
he's very good, Iggy.
He's very good.
And I think he's an example of he makes the other guys better.
I think you're right. I think he's a shutdown corner, and when he's doing his thing, he doesn't need help, and it makes everyone else better. He left the game temporarily because of nausea. He had a concussion the week before. He should be 100% when the playoffs come around. And if he is, I'm not too concerned about the secondary. That being said, I don't know if it's going to happen until the Super Bowl, but they're eventually going to have to face a quarterback who's a lot more gifted than Brock Purdy. And if they're giving up, if this secondary isn't as good, if it looks like it did on Saturday, I think that's going to be the thing that holds back this team from winning the Super Bowl. Not necessarily Kyle's psyche, which is a big one, or the rookie quarterback, and there's never been a rookie quarterback to win a Super Bowl. It's the fact that the Niners really haven't faced a great offense other than Kansas City. And maybe their defense isn't the greatest ever. Maybe it's merely excellent with a weakness. That's what I want.
So we come back to the Achilles flaw.
Yeah.
That may be the defense's Achilles heel.
Yeah. And
we don't know.
It's a flaw that maybe you don't even know exists because you only can play the teams they put in front of you, right? You only can play the schedule they give you. So that's not the Niners' fault. When the schedule came out, we looked at it and we were like, oh, my God, this is impossible. They're in a great division. They got to play the AFC West. Well, it turns out that the Niners had the second easiest schedule in the league this year. NFC West is terrible. The AFC West isn't much better. And there are still questions about this freaking team, and it's almost January.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, Iggy, sorry, guys. Rate the secondary. Rate it. What would you give it?
A B. Which should be good enough because the D-line's an A+, the linebackers are an A+. But the secondary, like Talanoa Hufanga, he's a great story. He's a Pro Bowler this year. Gave up 2 touchdowns on Saturday. And what we're seeing is for every play he makes, he gives one up. And the plays he gives up are over his head, which is kind of scary when you think about, is that going to be the play that loses them the Super Bowl? You know, it doesn't mean they'll give up 35 points in the Super Bowl, but can you trust him in the fourth quarter? We were wondering, can you trust Kyle in the fourth quarter of a Super Bowl? Can you trust Talanoa? I don't know. It's his first year starting. You can trust Travarius Ward if he's healthy. Jimmy Ward's out of position. Diamador Lenore, man, he wasn't supposed to be a starter this year. He's filling in. Tashawn Gibson, they got him off a practice squad. So I'd say a B.
Okay.
Yeah. But if that's the biggest weakness on the team, a B, that's a good weakness to have.
Yeah.
Can't be A+ everywhere.